Hi, so in this video I want to explain all these different benefits that you get when you do SEO for landscaping versus when you do SEO for these other industries. SEO for landscaping is a lot easier, except in some really rare cases. For example, if you live in a huge city and your company has just started out and you have to compete with all these different businesses. But in a lot of cases, if you live in a medium-sized city or if you live in a more rural area, then of course it's going to be easier for you to get leads. And I want to explain exactly why, and also want to explain how you can reap those benefits for your company as well. The goal of SEO, of course, is to show up on Google when people search for the services that you provide or when people search for landscapers in general. So for example, when people type in landscapers in Duluth, Minnesota, or when they search for different kind of search terms that basically are going to show them a different kind of landscaping company. So when somebody doesn't know any landscaper and they're trying to find somebody, they're going to go to Google and they will search for these kind of search terms. When they go to Google and when they search for that stuff, they're going to see this basically. And they're also going to see these other search results as well. But this is what we want to focus on because this is where you're going to get most of your leads. Especially because when people search for their mobile devices, they're going to be able to call you immediately from Google because they will be able to see your listing, they will be able to see that you have a lot of reviews, they'll be able to see beautiful pictures of your work, and then in most cases people are just going to give you a call. But if you live in a really big city, of course you're going to have to beat a lot of these other companies because the companies are not going to have 50 reviews, the companies are going to have 200 reviews. And there's not going to be 50 companies in the area, there's going to be thousands of companies in the area. So it's not really going to be easy for you to get the same results in a bigger city as it would be to get results in a smaller city. So that's one really important thing that you need to know about. And the main downside, honestly, of landscaping is the fact that there's a lot of different landscaping companies and you have to beat more of them in order to get results. But the benefit is that people search for landscaping a lot more than they search for example, remodeling services. And for those reasons, it's a little bit easier for you to get leads for landscaping than it is to get leads for remodeling, for example. But it's not only that, it's also the fact that when somebody is going to pay for a remodeling project, they're going to invest a lot more money than they would to, for example, invest in a landscaping project. And in a lot of these cases, of course, it's going to be a lot easier for you to close a landscaping lead than it would be to close a remodeling lead or something. But the benefit of doing SEO and the benefit of doing SEO compared to all these different marketing methods is the fact that when people go to Google and they search for landscapers, like those people that search for landscaping services are people that are already interested in hiring a landscaper. In most cases, those people already have an idea of what they want to do. They already have planned out the project that they want to complete. And then they basically are just trying to find the right company to pay in order to complete that project. So it's a lot different than, for example, advertising on Facebook, because on Facebook, a lot of people are not necessarily looking for a landscaper because a lot of people are not really interested to hire a landscaper at that moment. So when you advertise on Facebook, you're basically trying to get people interested so that they basically look at your work and they're like, you know what, I should probably hire a landscaper. But people that go to Google, they are already looking to hire somebody. So for that reason, these leads are going to be a lot easier to close. So if you're trying to do SEO for your company, and if you are a new landscaping company, of course, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to get leads through SEO than it would be to get leads if you already have a Google My Business listing, if you already have a website, if you already have a lot of reviews. In those cases, if you already have all those things in place, you just need to make some adjustments to get much better results. For example, build a new website that's better optimized for SEO, get more reviews, add better pictures and stuff, and you would immediately get better results. But if you're a completely new company, then of course you need to build things from scratch, and Google doesn't even trust you. So you need to spend some time getting reviews and being on Google in general, like having a Google My Business profile, until Google starts to trust your listing more and until they start to rank you higher on Google. Because our goal, of course, is to show up here. But a lot of people are not going to click on these three companies. Like a lot of people are going to click on more businesses, even on their mobile devices, and then they will basically look at those additional businesses in the area before they decide to hire somebody. But what you need to have is a website, because a lot of people are also going to go to your website in order to find more additional information and to look at your pictures of your work, previously completed projects, and in general, maybe to see something about your company. But the benefit of landscaping compared to all these different industries is the fact that people are not going to look at details too much. What you need to do is you need to present some information about yourself, and you need to show beautiful pictures of your work and explain to people exactly what it is that you do and what kind of services you provide and which areas you serve. So if you do these things properly, and of course if you optimize your website for Google so that Google understands exactly which services you provide and which areas you serve, then of course you're going to not only rank high on Google, but when people go to your website and when people see all that information displayed properly, then people are going to prefer to give you a call instead of some of these other companies. And there's a lot of these landscaping companies that don't do a good job. Like they paid a graphic designer to create a small website just to have a website in place, and unfortunately, like those kind of websites don't really present that information properly. And if you search for landscapers near me and you look at your competitors, you'll probably find a lot of really bad websites. But your website doesn't have to be cool, it doesn't have to be shiny, it doesn't have to be complicated. You just need to present that information properly, and then of course you will get incredible results. But another thing you need to do is you need to get a lot of reviews, because if you don't have a lot of reviews, then people are not going to trust your company as much. Like when somebody sees this company, which only has 7 reviews, and they look at these 2 other companies that have 67 and 48 reviews, then people are going to be a lot more inclined to call these companies and to go to their websites instead of this company. I'm not saying that this company is not going to get, great results either, but it would get much better results if they had like 30 reviews or something, like a really large number of reviews, so that people can see that this company has been around for a long period of time. So that's one of the most important things that you need to do as a business owner, aside from, of course, building a website and optimizing the website for SEO. You need to focus on your Google My Business listing. You need to upload great photos to your Google My Business profile and get a lot of reviews. The more reviews you get, the better it is. But if you don't have that many customers, for example, if you're a new business, you can also just have your friends and family just say something nice about you. Like they can say that you're a great guy that, does really high quality work and stuff, and they can just say something in general nice about you so that people can at least see that your company has a large number of reviews. And then, of course, as you get more customers, you need to make sure that you get all those customers to leave a review on your Google My Business profile. Of course, this is not going to be as easy as I'm saying right now, because a lot of people are not going to leave a review. Like a lot of people are just going to say that they're going to leave a review, and then, you will never hear from them again. And this isn't because they dislike your work or because they dislike you as a person or something. In most cases, I found that this is basically because people just procrastinate and they don't know exactly what to write and stuff. And unfortunately, that's the case, but you at least need to try to get as many reviews as you possibly can. So hopefully this helps explain why SEO for landscaping is a lot easier than, for example, SEO for these different industries, and how you can actually utilize that in order to get great results for your company. Of course, that's not always the case. Like I said, if you compete with hundreds of different businesses, it's going to be a lot more difficult. But in a lot of cases, honestly, it's pretty easy to beat these other landscaping companies because they don't pay that much attention to their SEO. And if you do, then of course you can get excellent results. So hopefully this video does explain all of that properly. And of course, if you want to work with me and my team, and if you need help with your SEO, you can go to website in the description of this video and fill out the contact form, send me information about your company. And if anything, I'm going to give you some advice on what you can do to get better results. Don't be afraid to leave a comment, of course, and ask me any questions that you might have. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.